It's the second week of July, and I have a confession. Part of me is already mourning September. The sun is out. The days are long. It's such delicious summer yumminess. And yet somewhere in the back of my mind, a clock has started ticking, and it's getting louder. Tick tock, tick tock. Because here in New York, summer is a goddess who barely takes off her coat. And winter, well, winter moves in for 6 months and demolishes everything in the fridge. It kind of leaves me feeling like every warm day arrives with a demand note attached to it. Whatever you do, make this count. And if that not so little clock is ticking in the back of your mind too, if your beautiful summer days come with a weird pressure sitting on top of them, stay with me. This conversation is for both of us. Beautiful people, welcome back to the Lulu Essey podcast, where we build mental fitness, self-worth, and self-love from the inside out. These conversations are honest, unedited, and always from the heart. And being summer, I know you are out there living your glorious lives. So I'm keeping these episodes intentionally short and making sure that they count. I so appreciate the time you choose to spend with me. So let me set the summer scene so we can jump right in. A free Saturday arrives. The weather is perfect. And before my feet have even touched the floor, my planning is in full swing. Should I go to the park? Should I meet a friend? Staying home is for sure a waste on a day like this. And then the day happens. And here is the part I'd like us to look at together. At some point in the evening, a debrief and a full review of the day begins. Did I do enough with the day? Did I really make the most of this precious summer day? Was it summery enough? Did it count? We do this with a golden evening. We do this with a weekend. Some of us are doing it with the entire season. We are grading it, auditing it, holding it up against some invisible yet unquestionable standard of what a summer is supposed to look like. And I understand why. When something feels scarce, we grip it tightly. We hold on for dear life. Summer feels short, so we squeeze. And we squeeze and we try to extract every last precious drop. But here's what I've noticed in my own life. Making every moment count sounds like being present. It sounds exactly like presence. When in truth, it is actually the opposite of presence. Because the moment a day has to count, someone has to keep score. And that someone is us. We are not in the ocean. We are assessing the ocean. We are not at the dinner table. We are measuring the dinner. We are hovering a few feet above our own summer with a scorecard taking copious amounts of notes. You might remember a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the measuring we do with our bodies in summer, our size, our shape, our reflection in those brutal changing mirrors. Well, this is the same measuring, only it's changed its outfit. This time, we are not measuring our bodies. We are measuring time, how we spent it, whether we're spending it well, whether we are getting a good enough return on our own life. It's basically productivity wearing a gorgeous sundress. We spent all year being productive with our work, and now we have arrived at the season of enjoyment, of fun. And we are being productive with our joy. And this is where I'd like to slow down, because there is a question underneath all of this that I think matters more than anything else I might say today. Make every moment count. Have you ever stopped to ask who is doing the counting? Whose measure are we using to decide whether something counts or not? Is it truly our measure? Or is it something we adopted somewhere along the way without ever stopping for long enough to ask ourselves whether it belongs in our lives? Is this our measure? When I got honest with myself, I could not find the origin of my own scorecard. Nobody sat me down and told me that a summer only counts if it includes a trip, a rooftop bar, a tan, a full calendar, and a collection of sunset memories, and the photos to prove it. And yet, somewhere along the way, I adopted that measure. I picked up a ruler that was never mine, that I just bought into without even questioning it, and I started measuring my one precious summer. If you've been with me for a while, you know one of the things I come back to again and again is adapt, not adopt. And I have talked about this in relation to advice, in relation to tools with other people's paths to healing, but I've never talked about it with time. We have adopted a definition of a moment that counts. We probably never chose it. It doesn't seem like we examined it. We never asked whether it fits in the life we are living, the energy we have, the season we are in. And a measure that we never chose will always find us lacking, always, because it was calibrated to someone else's summer, someone else's life, someone else's idea of a good summer. So here is what I'm offering us this week. 2 small questions. That's the whole tool. The first is the catch. When you notice that pressure starting to rise, the grading, the assessing, the reviewing, the am I making this moment count? When you feel that low-level anxiety humming, pause and ask yourself, am I living this moment or am I measuring it? That question alone will bring you back into your body, back into the evening, back into your life, because you cannot fully live a moment and audit it, or measure it at the same time. We choose one. And the second question is the deeper question. If I catch myself measuring, I ask, whose ruler is in my hand? Whose measuring tape am I holding? And beautiful people, here is the relief hiding inside that question. When we discover the measure was never ours, putting it down feels like relief. We're not failing at summer. We somehow picked up the wrong scorecard, the wrong measure. And then we get to write our own measure. By my measure, a quiet evening counts. By my measure, reading the same page 3 times because I kept drifting off in the sunshine counts. By my measure, an ordinary Tuesday where nothing happened except that I was there for it, fully there. That counts. Your measure will look different from mine, and that is the whole point. It's yours. That, beautiful people, is self-love. It's choosing your own measure. So this week, I invite you to catch yourself once. One moment where you notice that you have the scorecard in your hands and you put it down. Because every time we choose living over measuring, we are making a deposit into our mental fitness bank. And those deposits pay dividends long after the warm days are gone. Here's what I know for sure. The summer we will remember in January will not be the one we measured. It will be the one we lived. And maybe, if we are brave enough, we let one small moment this week count for absolutely nothing. No photo, no review, no score, no posting. Those moments tend to be the ones that count the most. What comes from the heart reaches the heart. And today, with a joyful heart, knowing that you can stop measuring and start living your summer, this comes straight from my heart to yours. Until next time, beautiful people, this is an inside job. Please share this and take special care of beautiful you.